It's been a really rubbish run for Spurs. 5 games have been 1-0, just for one of them in their favour. That was against Brighton. That was that Christian Eriksen goal, you remember. But it's all falling apart for Spurs at the moment. Very much the wrong end of the season. They're still odds-on favourites to finish in the top 4. Destiny is still in their hands as to whether or not they will do it. The problem is, looking ahead to that game against Everton, it's going to play up front.
Yeah,
Kane's out, Son's out.
You take absolutely nothing for granted. And this is Spurs, once again, trying to shoot themselves in the foot. It seems like just a few weeks ago we were having a semi-serious discussion as to whether Spurs could really challenge for the title. But now all of a sudden we're having a discussion as to whether they're going to finish top 4. And the sending-offs are needless. They were warranted, you have to say. It's not as though somebody had something out for Spurs. Eric Dyer could have been sent off in the first half, in my opinion.
Well, they finished top 4, Shaq.
I think they will. I think they have enough to finish top 4. And you look at Chelsea, who could go above them. Arsenal continue to limp, as Arsenal does. I think they do it, but only just. And it's ridiculous that we're having a discussion about Spurs kind of inching into the top 4 at this stage of the season, given how good they've been and making their own problems. Yet again, the injury to Kane, fair enough, but Son and Foyth, that's ridiculous.
Alejandro Moreno, who has a history with Spurs and their supporters.
Well, I don't know what kind of history it is. I just essentially tell them that their team at times, comes up short. But they will be in the top 4.
They're okay?
You trust me.
Okay.
Trust me.
And meanwhile, before that big game against Everton, there's a small match of their clash against Ajax. Ajax are in action tomorrow in the Dutch Cup final, taking on Willem II. So a big game for them. You take a look at the odds regarding Ajax and Spurs. Ajax, of course, are favourites. So there was just confirmation there that it is.
Okay, right.
There we go. Ajax odds on to make it through to the final. I suppose we could say good news or bad news with regards to Spurs. If we were to say good news, Son is back. Obviously didn't feature in the first leg. Bad news for Spurs, you're 1-0 down, you're playing away, and you've just played a large chunk of a big match with only 9 men, with a lot of the players that are going to feature in that game on Wednesday.
Yeah, listen, Son being back is huge for Spurs, especially given the opposition, the pace that they play with, and the fact that you don't have an awful lot of pace up front yourselves, and that was to show in the first leg. But yes, playing for roughly just 40 minutes with 9 men is not ideal preparation. Listen, again, Spurs have made work hard for themselves. But you go to Amsterdam, where Ajax haven't won in their previous 2 rounds. Maybe you take some solace for that. But you're asking a lot of yourself yet again in a game and against an opponent that really you shouldn't be.
There's something to be said about confidence. When you feel good about yourself, it doesn't matter if you're tired. It doesn't matter. You don't really feel it. You're
like anything in life.
Yeah, correct. You feel good. You're thriving. Kind of like my marriage, thriving. I love you, babe.
What? Where? How we get here?
In any case, as I was saying,
that wouldn't concern me at all.
The problem about Spurs, though, is that there is no confidence.
Right.
There is nothing. There's nothing to hang on to and say, you know what? We've done well. We feel good about ourselves. There's something to look forward to. There's nothing there. Nothing to hang on to and grasp on and say, this is what's going to get us a result.